Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. We are the odds couple. I'm Peter Loshak. He's Mike Brenner. Mike Brenner, it is officially March Madness for real this time. Tuesday, March 14th. We've already given some picks on some of the early opening lines on the NCAA tournament. Now we got all the minor tournament lines out. The totals are out.
Buddy.
I got a bunch of things that I'm going to give. I guess I will give them just because I don't want the lines to move against me.
Okay.
Should we plug some contests before we get into this?
Absolutely, buddy. We got two of them. Go ahead, Pete.
All right. Anyone who's watching right now and looking for yet another or two or three more contests, come over to SBRforum.com. We've got the standard bracket contest that's going on. It's free for SBR pros, and we've also got a handicapping contest, which is not the standard format. It's just an ATS contest, which includes
totals, and money lines,
and includes the minor tournaments and everything. And that's and we're going to be in it. I've already made a bunch of picks.
That's a $10,000 tournament, and there's
10,000 bet points.
Bet points.
Bet points.
10,000. Yeah, exactly. And the top 10 get paid out on those bet points.
Yeah.
But with the beauty of it, on the other contest, if you're thinking, oh, that's only for SBR pros, it's real simple to become an SBR pro. You just donate $100 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Automatically, you are in. And from there, every day you log in at SBR Forum, guess what? You get points for that, and all those points add up, and you end up getting the donation money back. So you're helping from your heart, and you're getting to be a part of something real special. So make sure you jump in and get it done, baby.
All right, Mike Brenner. Nice plug. Now let's jump into the games today and for the rest of the week. Let's start with a couple of things we were talking about in the morning show. The first one, NC Greensboro against Syracuse. Of course, there's some drama involved with,
How did he put it? What did that coach say?
Yeah, he put a dig for NC Greensboro. Now, NC Greensboro is playing at Syracuse, though. Syracuse, though, does have a great ATS record at home. NC Greensboro, we were doing the morning show, and someone from North Carolina posted, he said, NC Greensboro sucks. Trust me. And so he's saying, don't take them here. I'm leaning at plus 13, even though Syracuse is so good at ATS at home. I mean, NC Greensboro played tight with Eastern Tennessee State. I know they suck relative to Syracuse, but...
Yeah. And Pete, that's a school I don't know a lot about, NC Greensboro, but if they have a coach that's a player's coach, then I like this team because I don't think right now that there's too many players and or fans that are just dying to fight for Jim Boeheim. I think he's on his way out. He's always had those snide remarks at the end of tournaments when his team underachieves, and he puts it on somebody else. It's what he does best. I've been to the damn Dome. I love it. I respect the team. Not a big fan of his, but if anything, I would definitely lean your way, but I got to stay the hell off of that because when somebody from North Carolina says they suck, that also says, uh-oh.
As I've said, people who are from the area and follow a team closely day in and day out, year in and year out, have the best reads on these teams. So that does make me nervous, but I will take NC Greensboro plus 13 minus
Pull that trigger pistol. I love it. The big balls play of the day.
Yeah, all right.
Take that, Boeheim.
There you go. All right, that's what I'll start with. What do you have for us, Mike Brenner?
Break it down. We talked about this one in the early show, Pete, and this is exactly the stuff I love. All right, Illinois, they fired their coach on Sunday, all right? There's 4 years they didn't make the big dance, and that was inexcusable. Time to go. Well, there's an interim coach stepping in. The players like him, and the players actually feel free. We've seen this in other sports, Pete. It's amazing when the leash is pulled off. All right, Valparaiso, who I normally would not be fading in a tournament because they have NCAA tournament experience, right? Let alone NIT. All right, but they lost Alec Peters 3 games ago. All right, when you lose Alec Peters, you lost 23 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, and 3 assists a game. That's huge. You're not going to make that up in a 3-game span. Now you're going into Illinois on their own home floor where this tournament's starting out, and I got a feeling that team's coming out electrified. So I'm pulling the trigger on the full game, baby. I love it, the full game.
All right, minus 8.5, minus 108 we can give you is the best line.
I just think emotion, momentum, and this is that thing where they say, all right, NIT, we're going to make the best of it, as opposed to Valpo going, shit, NIT.
So why don't you like them on the first half? Just curious.
Well, you know what? I was thinking about that.
Because Valpo might have the personnel just to hang for the half.
They got talent. They got talent. They might hang for the half, but I think in the long run, the Alec Peters in the long run will be felt, that loss, and that bench is not going to be as deep. I'm pulling that trigger, and I love it on the full game.
I got a couple totals now that I'll throw out. These, of course, are all NIT games.
A couple. That's probably 13. Wama, get ready for a baker's dozen. Here it comes.
The first one is going to be, I'm going to take the under in Boise State, Utah. It's a high total, which makes sense because Boise State can go super high. But if you notice, this year when they played low-scoring teams, they can go very low. They played Oregon. Oregon. They went just like 130 in that one. They played Charleston, went very low. And Utah, of course, can be a very modest scoring team. So the total doesn't quite make sense. It makes a little sense to me, but not full sense. But I'm going to take the under. The Chris books have 156, so I'm going to take under 156
Pulling that
minus
trigger there.
110. Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that side? Because I got an interesting little fact there.
I do have. I'm not going to give it, but I was leaning towards Boise State.
Boom.
Now it's up to
Guess
11 and a
what?
half
I
because they're
wouldn't
motivated.
Talk you off
Yeah.
it. Here's why. All right, Pete. I'm an emotional guy in sports. I love it. And when I saw the interview with the head coach and the senior guard, they broke down in the interview. They literally broke down because their whole season was stopped short. For going to the tournament. I think that team, because at the very end the guy said, "But you know what? There's 220 other teams that aren't going to get to go where we are, and I'm going to make sure that we're happy we're going here. We have a great opportunity." I think you're exactly right, and I think Utah really knows they underachieved. They should have been in the big dance. So I don't think Utah's fired up for this one, and I got a feeling Boise State's motivated.
And Boise State has a track record, right? They played a road game at Oregon and lost by 5.
Come on, they're
played
good.
them tight.
Pete,
so I don't know. You think I should take it? But now it's up to there's a move up to 11 and a half.
Okay, but guess what? Sometimes that doesn't mean
I know,
shit.
I know,
What
I
does that
know,
mean?
I
Say,
know,
take
I know.
the stats
I know,
and throw it out the window, by God.
That's
Pistol Pete.
That's line move. This
I
is line move
literally, when I saw that interview, it touched me. I like that. That's real. That's sports. That's what it's about. And then when I read the article, when I read today, they were referring to that article, why they're motivated, and then you say that.
Yeah.
Not only am I going to tell you to do it, but guess what? I'm jumping on with you, baby. I'm pulling the trigger with you.
On Boise on the full game or the first half or what?
Give me Boise on the full game.
Okay, plus 11 and a half minus 101.
Yep. I love it. I really think we're going to be all right there, Pete. I do.
All right. I will.
Come on, you
I'll
don't
take
sound
it
too
too. I'll
damn
take
confident.
it too. I'll take it too. 11 and a half minus 101.
He's jumping in,
And what
Wama.
do you think about the first half? Don't you think that the emotion would be bigger in the first half?
I really do. What's the first half
Well,
got?
6.5.
Let's take it.
You want it?
I'm taking it. I'm taking it. You know what? Last time I did this with you, I lost both of them. It was an NBA
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
Philadelphia,
yeah.
but I'm okay with it because this is Boise State. It's emotion, momentum. That coach and that player showed me everything. Even if it loses, I'll be okay.
All right.
with it,
Okay. I'll take it too.
Yep.
Plus 6.5 minus 103 on the
I
first
love it.
half, and
There
I'm
we
also
go.
going to take the first half under on this
That's
one as
what
well.
friends are
74
for.
minus 110.
Keep
All right.
smiling.
And the other total that I want to
Remember
give, the other total that I want to give is the under in Richmond and Alabama. Those are two
Ooh,
very
what's that
defense-oriented teams. It's up to 138, or actually 138 and a half. Now that's understandable. Why? Because of course we know that there are some rule changes that'll make the NIT scoring higher.
You nailed it
but
with that, buddy. That's a sharp angle for our viewers.
nevertheless, I think that I'm willing to take a shot here with the full game under 138 and a half minus 110. I'm not going to take the first half.
Can
but
I
will
say
take
something
the
real
full
quick to
game.
the viewers?
Go ahead.
Pistol Pete pointed this out in the changes in that tournament this year. The last 10 minutes of the game, all right, instead of getting the one-on-one foul shots, unless you're in the penalty, all right, you're going to be able to shoot 2 free throws. All right, 67% in the tournament, these teams have been on the one-on-one. So this is now going to increase that. That affects total, sides, everything. I love that breakdown.
All right, Mike Brenner, do you have anything else you want to
I have
add here?
Bama. I'm taking Alabama on the full game versus Richmond. All right. Bama gave Kentucky everything they could handle last game. They did. They really did. Bottom line, I believe it. It was all they could handle. Avery Johnson was going to have these boys ready to play. All right. He's at home. This is a growing program. I think they're excited and they're grateful that they're in this tournament as opposed to saying, shit, we underachieved. We could have almost made that tournament, but boom. I think because of coaching and because of the fact that this guy played at this level, I think he will have this team grateful to be in any tournament instead of being shit. We should have been in the big dance. I'm pulling the trigger. Give me Bama because
do you
I
want minus 7 minus 115 or 7.5 plus 101?
I
would take 7.5 plus 101.
I'm going to take it because I think it could be a 10-point win. All right, Richmond.
All right.
This is Richmond. All right, you look at their strength of schedule compared to Bama. I don't think it compares. And the bottom line is, I just think Avery Johnson will have these boys ready to go.
Okay, all right. I will give.
I'm liking that one, Pete.
I'll give. There's another total that I'm leaning towards. Oh my God, it went up.
Oh shit.
Jeez, I was liking the over
my mom was
162
slapping
in Ole Miss and Monmouth, but now it's up to 163 or 163 and a half.
How long did you stay up last night crunching?
I don't know. I just look at all the numbers. Think about the first half over as well. I'll take the first half over on that one. Over 77.5 minus 108.
Pull that trigger, Pistol.
It is a high total, but both these teams like to put up points, and I'm thinking that they'll just
who
run
don't
here.
like to put up points?
I'm
just
Richmond
kidding
and
you,
Alabama, for example. All right, let's see. What else do you have for us,
Beautiful.
Mike Brenner?
I love this one, Pete. I'm ready. I'm throwing this one out there with nothing but confidence. 30 years ago, Pete. 30 years ago. I know you're just a young man, so you won't remember, but I was 23 back then, and 30 years ago. It was all about Danny Manning at Kansas. All right, well, now Danny Manning's the coach of Wake Forest, and they're facing Kansas State. This is a play-in game that means everything. Everything is on the line. It's a neutral court. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Wake Forest shoots 52% from the field, 46% from three-point land, and 80% from the free throw line on a neutral site.
Yeah.
You slide over the other side, you're looking at 45%, 39%, and 69% for Kansas State in those same three categories. Pete, I think Danny Manning, again, here's a player that's been at this level, that knows this feel. He knows that aura when he walks into the arena. He's going to have his kids ready to go. Kansas State, a good story, upset team at times this year, underachieved, lost some games. You had to shake your head and go, how the hell did they lose that? But Danny Manning's got them ready to go. I have no qualm whatsoever pulling the trigger on the full game. Give me Wake Forest. Last I saw it was like a pick'em or something.
Yeah, it is a pick'em. I will tell you that Kansas State was 11-6 ATS on games away from their home court. Wake Forest was just 8-10. So
okay,
that
that's
home
okay.
road, yeah,
I'm
okay.
going to take the shooting percentages over those because I'll look at strength of schedule there and probably break
All
that
right,
one down.
well,
Still
it's
feel
actually,
good about it.
Actually, it was pick'em, but Kansas State is actually taking some money now, so it's up to 1.5 or 2. We can give you +2 -110.
You're going to give me +2, and it was
Yeah.
a pick'em 10 minutes
Yeah.
ago. I'm going to take the 2.
+2 -110.
I'm taking them, Pete, and guess what?
Yeah.
If this one goes south, I'd be all right with it, but I don't think it is. I think Danny Manning, who's a damn good coach, this is an up-and-coming program, all right, I think he's going to have them ready to go as opposed to the other side of the ball.
All right, do
Bam!
you have anything else, Mike Brenner?
No, I don't, so I'm going to just
All right,
review real quick.
because I'm going to add a bunch of other
I
picks
know you-
after
oh,
you.
then
After
go ahead, you
review.
add first. I'll
Okay,
review
okay,
later.
okay. I
Unless
guess
you're trying to buy some
No,
time.
I guess the first thing I like in the Mount St. Mary's New Orleans game, I think I'm liking the over there just a little bit. I think the total's a little bit low.
it at?
It's 131.
Okay.
So it could go into overtime. There's a lot of things that could happen. So I will take that one. Mount St. Mary's and New Orleans over 131, and also
New
the
Orleans.
first half over.
New Orleans.
And then let's see what else do I have here. Hold on, let me just go down. You know what? I will take the Ole Miss Monmouth the full game over 162.5. I'll throw that one on. So I got the first half and the full game on that one.
All right.
And
Yeah, I
let
found
me
a great,
see.
Great,
Let me
great
see.
new Italian restaurant, by the way. Seriously, I'll tell you
Okay.
off camera.
All right, and let me see. I guess that's about it. But should I have a bunch of totals from the from the March Madness games? That should I throw those on
I don't
as well?
know if you should. Maybe a couple. I think you need to give
Well,
those,
might-
and as you would say, nibbles and bits.
Yeah,
Don't throw it all out there at one
but
time,
the lines,
Pete.
but the lines might move against or
Well, then
in my favor.
guess what?
Yeah.
Then I got to respect that. Then do it. Do what
Yeah,
you need to do.
let me
I mean,
see.
just don't drive them crazy.
Let me see. Let me look. All right. Well, why don't you review, and then
All right.
I will
Here
think
we
about
go.
what I
knew
want
that
to
was
do. All right.
coming.
Okay.
Well, he's buying time. You know
Yeah.
what that means.
Which
All
ones
right,
I wanna
here we
give.
go. All right, I'm not kidding you. I feel it, baby. I feel it. Let's get into the NIT. We're going to start out with Illinois full game -8.5. Fired their coach on Sunday. These guys are going to be ready to play. All right, I got Boise State, Pistol Pete and I. That was totally a breakdown that we both jumped on as we broke it down. So that's what friends are for. First half, I'm taking Boise State +6.5 and the full game +11.5. Alabama on the full game -7.5. Avery Johnson, he's going to have that Bam and rolling tide ready to go. And we're going to finish it out with Wake Forest getting to Danny Manning, going to get it done and buy their way in today, baby. They're going to win it.
All right.
God,
I'm just
fired
going
up,
to throw
Pete.
on two totals from the tournament. I'm going to take the under 147.5 -105 in Bucknell, West Virginia. If you look at
Ooh.
West Virginia in their tournament games, they tend to go considerably low scoring. So
Okay, you still
I
feeling
think
good
that
about
might
Bucknell
happen.
on that side?
Yeah, as good as ever.
Okay, good,
Yeah, not.
good.
I
Yep.
think I like the under a bit more, but
Okay.
so under 147.5 -105, and I'm going to take over 141.5 in Xavier, Maryland. I think they're guard oriented. Not a lot of a post presence for either team, so probably not a lot of interior defense. So
Can I say
and
something
it's a
too?
moderate total.
The reason
right.
I like that
yeah.
is Xavier, the last 3 games, have really been playing some ball.
Yeah.
The Xavier team that we know and love, and the tickets they use to cash. That might be a good angle, Pete. They're coming in pretty
Yeah.
hot.
All right. So I'm putting those two on there. No first half totals for those either. So I might add those later in the week.
Yeah,
But
you
for
might.
now,
What
I'll
the
just
hell?
throw those two on.
God, I love it.
And
Don't
I
you
think
love
that's
this?
it. Yes, absolutely. So
March
that's so we've
Madness.
given a bunch of picks, and I think we can wrap it up right now, Mike.
We
Brenner,
sure
right?
can, but also, guys,
All
go
right.
to SBR Odds page, do your line shopping, get it done, and don't forget about the bracket challenges and all that. Jump in, help out, give from your heart, and guess what? It all is free. This is the sharpest tool in the industry. Take advantage of it. Odds Couple coming to you, baby. We hope you enjoyed the video. Hey, don't miss out on the best basketball betting content available on YouTube. Click our logo button on the bottom left to subscribe. And as always, guys, give us a like and drop your comments below because we want to hear from you. Visit our website to take advantage of all our free products.